Hi everyone, I am so excited to show you how to make these beautiful Christmas angels. They are a great gift for the holidays, great holiday decor, and I've also added some healing crystals and a little wish to the bottom of each one that I think makes these angels extra special. So let's go ahead and get started with the supplies. So if you've been following me for any amount of time, a lot of these supplies are very familiar to you. I tend to use the same supplies over and over again in my projects. Just because I like to make use of what I have, and it also makes it easier for you at home to follow along if you want to create with me. So, we're going to need some yarn for the angel's hair. So, I have just some light worsted weight yarn over there. Use whatever yarn that you like. We're also going to need a white pipe cleaner. This is going to create the halo and the angel's arms. This pipe cleaner is 12 inches. The pipe cleaner is also going to attach the head to the body. We'll also need some ribbon for the wing. So I have some beautiful like cream colored burlap ribbon that's about 22 inches long. I have a wood slice that's 3.5 inches wide, and then a small foam cone that is about 4 inches high as well. And then we have this little bead for the head that's 1 inch. I also have a little string, and then we're going to need a little bobby pin. And then if you want to add the crystals, some little crystals of your choice, I have those little charms that will add to the base of the angel to provide a little wish for the recipient, and some macrame cord to wrap the angel's dress. So let's go ahead and get started by adding the dress to the foam cone. So I have my macrame cord, and I'm just going to apply some hot glue to the top of the cone, and I'm just going to start wrapping the cone or wrapping the cord around the cone. I'm going to leave the very top of the cone empty or uncovered because that's where we're going to attach our head once we finish wrapping the body. So to wrap the body, for the first few wraps, I'm going to add glue to every single part of the wrap. And then once we get to about 2 or 3 wraps down, then I'm just going to start adding strips of glue along the sides of the foam cone, maybe about 1.5 inches at a time. And I'll add 3 of them like equidistant around the cone, and I will just wrap, and then the little wraps will get stuck in the glue as they go around. And I'm using low temperature glue here, low temperature hot glue, because if you use high temperature, you could get burned, and it would also actually melt the styrofoam. So it's best to use just low temperature hot glue here, or craft. You could get like a child's like craft glue gun as well. That would work. So the trick here is just to work in small sections. I'm only adding about 1 inch of glue as I go along, just so that I can make sure that my wraps are nice and tight around the cone, and I don't have to worry about the glue drying up before I lay my little wraps down. And I'm just gonna keep going and going until I get to the bottom. And then once I get to the bottom, the last 1 or 2 rows of wraps, I'm going to do the same thing that I did at the top of the cone, which is to start adding the glue the entire way around, just to make sure that we have a really firm connection at the bottom of the cone as well as at the top of the cone, to make sure that we're able to keep the dress all together. And we also want to make sure that it reaches to the bottom of the cone. It doesn't hang over much because we are going to need to adhere the styrofoam to the wood disc at the end of the project. So we want to make sure that we have a lot of room and a steady, flat, even surface to lay the angel down onto the wood disc that we have. So I'm just going to finish this up here. I'm going to add a little bit more glue, and then we can just cut off the end of the macrame cord. And I'm just going to secure that last little piece down with a little bit of glue. And there we have it. So here is our angel's body. I just love the clean look that the wraps give. You could also use fabric if you like, if you prefer that look. You could just wrap some fabric around the cone. For the hair, I just have a bunch of about 30 strips of light worsted weight yarn that's about 6 inches long. So our angel is going to have a short haircut here. If you wanted her to have long hair, then just double the size of the strands to 12 inches. And then we're just going to tie a little bundle right in the middle and then just tie a knot. And then this is going to give us our angel's little hairdo. So now I'm going to take my bead and I'm going to take the pipe cleaner and I'm going to take my little bobby pin and I'm just going to break it in half. And if you have a wire hanger, you could just use like a little 2 or 3 inch section of a wire hanger. You just need a really sturdy metal stick to put into the top of the styrofoam comb here. This is going to hold the bead into place. So I just kind of stab the little pointy part of my little metal stick here and then added some glue. And then I'm just checking to make sure the bead fits on top. And it does. Now I'm going to take my pipe cleaner that I've doubled, or not doubled, I've bent in half, and we're just going to pull it through the bead. And again, this is a 1 inch wide bead. And then I'm just going to take the little halo there and just kind of work it into a circle. And then I'm going to take the hair and just put the hair halfway through so that where the little bunches in the center, that's kind of on either end of, or right in the middle of the little circle, the little halo. I'm going to hold the hair down on either side and just twist that circle 1 to 2 times just to make sure that I have a nice firm grip there. And I'm holding the other end of the pipe cleaner with my finger as well, just to give some resistance there. And now once we've attached the hair and we have our halo, I'll just kind of shape the halo so it's more of a circle. And that looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to pull down on the little arms there. The little piece sticking out from under the head is going to be what we use for arms for the angel. I'm just going to cut off just the little right arm there just because it was a little bit longer than the left. And now we're going to glue down the hair. So I'm just going to add some glue to the back of the head. And I'm just going to gently press the yarn into the back of the head. And I'm going to do the same thing on the side. So on the right side of her face or her head, I'm going to add some glue, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the left side and just press the hair into it just so that it adheres nicely. And now I'm going to give her a little ponytail. So I just am going to take my string and tie it like at the nape of where her neck would be. It's always weird when you're making dolls that you have all these little doll parts, right, all around. So we've got the angel's body on the right, and then we've got this little just disembodied head that we're working on now, but I guess it's all part of the process. We will put her together very shortly. I'm going to tie a little ribbon into her hair, and that looks good to me. And I don't need to do any more trimming on the hair, maybe a little bit right there, just so it's a pretty V shape. And I gave her a short haircut just because I didn't want the wings to get into the way. So now we're going to add a whole bunch of glue along that little metal stick and then at the top of the foam cone. And we're just going to carefully press the head down into that little pool of glue. Make sure that you have your angel's head pointed in the right direction at this point, because once the glue dries, you're not going to be able to move her head. Now we're going to bend her arms at the elbow upwards. So we're going to make it look like she's praying. So you just make like a little upside down candy cane or a little U with the arms and connect them. I'm going to add a little 8mm wooden bead just to connect both of the arms, and then it looks like she's praying. So it looks like, right, the balls of her knuckles there. I'm going to add a little heart bead right above where her hands are clasped. I just love that. We have our beautiful little loving, healing angel, and she's just coming together so beautifully. You could even, if you wanted, make this an ornament, so you don't have to add the base if you don't want. You don't even have to add the wings, but let's go ahead and do a version with the wings. So again, this is a 22-inch piece of burlap ribbon. There's wire in it, so it's going to help the ribbon to hold its shape really nicely. I'm just going to glue it together so that we have like an infinity loop, and then I'm just going to fold it in half just like that. And then I'm going to take a string and just tie it off in the center so that it creates a bow. And that bow is going to work as angel wings for us. So this is the easiest way that I know how to make angel wings, is just to kind of get a double bow, and it looks like beautiful angel wings to me. So I'm gonna just spread apart the angel's wings now. So we do have a double bow, so I'm just gonna spread the two edges out so that we can see both sides, and it looks beautiful. It looks like a beautiful bow, and it's also going to look like beautiful angel wings here. So I'm just gonna arrange it. I'm going to then take some glue and put it right in the center of the bow, and then I'm just gonna place my angel right on top. And I placed it so that it is on her back, not on her hair. And now we're going to go ahead and just place the angel onto the wood slice. So I just put a whole bunch of glue along the bottom. I'll just sit her right in the center. And now we have her situated nicely. She's so beautiful. You could stop at this point, but I'm going to go a little bit further and decorate a little more. I have these little charms. I've used these before in projects. I'll include a link below, and they have lots of different words you can use. This angel, I used blessed. Some other options are hope or faith or beautiful or miracle or love. Here, I thought for her, the word would be grace. That's just kind of what I thought when I saw that little angel all together. And then I have these little rose quartz chips, and I'm just going to apply them along the front of the base of the angel. And rose quartz is supposed to help with feelings of calmness. And I think quartz in general is supposed to promote feelings of clarity and wisdom. So I just thought that rose quartz worked for this little angel, and then our angel on the right has just the clear quartz. So depending on what intention or wish you have for the recipient, you could match the angel to that wish. And here they are. So our little angels are beautiful. Another option for this is, if you want long hair, I would just put the wings over the hair. So in the version of the large angel, that's what I did for her. And that is it, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you love these little angels as much as I do, and I really hope you give them a try. They're great gifts for a holiday or for any occasion, and your recipients will definitely love them, and you'll have a wonderful time making them. Have a great day, and I will see you again soon in the next video.